Hi friends, Rob Renfro again. This is being recorded on Thursday evening at General Conference. After this video, we'll have one final video, wrap up the entire thing, and I hope that you'll be watching there. Many of you have been going to our website or reading our perspective every day to keep up with events here in Portland. Thank you for doing that. Stay connected with us after General Conference. Go to Good News, Facebook, check in with us. That's the way to be up to date with all of the things that are going on in the church. I sometimes, in a tongue-in-cheek kind of way, say, a third of the time I'm in love with my church, United Methodist Church. A third of the time I'm upset with my church, and a third of the time I'm rather embarrassed by my church. And I've had all of those feelings during these 2 weeks here in Portland. Today we have some really good things to announce to you. Let me get in by revisiting the votes that were taken to create a commission by our bishops to address the issue of marriage and sexuality. One thing I didn't tell you in the last video is that many of the people who came to Portland convinced that they would change our position regarding marriage and sexuality were the very people who promoted that we should create the commission and not vote on any issues related to sexuality. Now, why would they do that? Because very early on in this year's General Conference, they learned that they did not have the votes to change the discipline. They learned in the committees that they were outvoted over and over again, and they were certain that if these issues were brought to the plenary sessions, they would lose, and embarrassingly so. So I know that not all of you are thrilled that we didn't strengthen the language in the discipline, but we already had a very good statement. And I'm comfortable with it. I hope you are as well. It's a real victory that we kept our position right where it is, very biblical and very balanced. And also I want you to understand that the strength of our coalition of evangelicals all throughout the United States, as well as our connection with our African brothers and sisters, it is a strong majority and it will remain that way for many years to come. So that's good news, and I hope you see it that way. Here's something else that I am very happy to report to you. The United Methodist Church's connection with the Religious Coalition for Reproductive Choice has been broken. This is a great victory. The Religious Coalition for Reproductive Choice is an organization that, in the name of God, and because of our involvement with it, in the name of the United Methodist Church, promotes abortion at any time for any reason. It promotes third trimester abortion. It promotes partial birth abortion. It promotes abortion for gender selection, for birth control. All of the things that we United Methodists say we don't believe in. Two organizations within the United Methodist Church have been connected to the RCRC, the United Methodist Women and the General Board of Church and Society. They have lent their name and their credibility to this radical organization that in no way embraces a pro-life agenda. Today, the General Conference, in a strong majority, said that we should not be connected to RCRC in any way, that we are a church that opts out for life, that we believe that human life is sacred, and I think you can be very proud of that. There has been a small group of tireless workers, not just for this General Conference, but for several General Conferences, who could very easily have become discouraged as they fought over and over again and found themselves defeated. But to their credit, and God bless them, they continued to fight, to believe, and finally, because of their strong efforts and the good hearts of most United Methodists, this victory was finally won. Rejoice with me in that. Please do so. Another development that has been very apparent at this General Conference, and that I rejoice in, is that we have never seen our African brothers and sisters stepping into roles of leadership as strongly as they have at this General Conference. You may or may not know, but there are presently almost as many African United Methodists as there are United Methodists in the United States. As a matter of fact, within 2 to 3 years, there will be more United Methodists in Africa than there are in the United States. And we are grateful that they have been willing to do the work, to get prepared, and to come to General Conference full of the Spirit of God and a determination to speak up for our Orthodox Christian faith. We've gotten to know the leaders of the African delegations. Several on our staff have been to Africa. We've created relationships with them, and we've spent time with them here. And we are immensely impressed with their depth of understanding, the strength of their spirit, their love for Jesus. And I am grateful that they are leading the way to a more faithful, more vibrant, more Christ-centered United Methodist Church. This is really good news. Now, the last thing that I would tell you is that there was a beautiful moment today. The new members joined the old members of the Judicial Council. This is our Supreme Court. I told you before that we elected 5 members to the Judicial Council that will serve for 8 years at least. And all of those who were elected were people who were supported by our coalition. We don't ask that they tell us how they're going to vote on important issues. We just ask that they tell us that they're going to interpret the discipline exactly as it's written. When the members of the Judicial Council were brought on stage, it was a beautiful picture. It looked something like what the Church of Jesus Christ should look like and what the Kingdom of God does look like. There on the stage, serving as our highest court, were 3 Africans. There was 1 Filipino, 1 European, 2 women from the United States, 1 African American, and 1 Vietnamese American. 4 women, 5 men. This was a group that, with only one exception, we supported, every one of them, that we helped get elected, that we lifted up to others and gave our full support to. Often, we evangelicals are charged by our progressive friends as being rather mean-spirited, closed-minded, bigoted. We've even been called racist. I hope people who make those false charges looked up on that stage and saw the beauty that I saw. And I hope that they realized that those were people that we believe in and that we wanted to represent the United Methodist Church. We evangelicals believe you can be people of conviction and compassion. We believe that you can hold on to the truth of Jesus Christ and open your heart to all people and rejoice in the beauty of God's creation, its diversity, its glory, its wonder. And we think the church should represent that as well. That moment made me very happy and very proud, and I hope it does you as well. We have one more report coming to you. We'll summarize the big events that have happened here in Portland. Please continue to pray. Please continue to stay in touch with us so that you can know what's going on in the church and how you can make a difference. God bless you. We'll look forward to seeing you sometime soon.